Good morning to all of you. After finishing types of operating system, today I'm going to start common used operating system. So now we will see what are the different operating system which we use for the different purposes. So some common operating systems are Windows, Unix, Linux, Solaris, Boss Linux, Bharat Operating System Solutions Linux, and mobile operating system. So these operating system are common operating system which we are going to see in today's video lesson. So now let's start it one by one. So first of all is Windows. We all know about Windows and we worked also on Windows, right, at our home or in the school lab. So mostly we work on Windows. So it is developed by Microsoft company and commonly referred to as Windows. It is a group of several proprietary graphical operating systems which are developed and marketed by Microsoft. The different versions of Windows are 98 Windows, Windows 2000, Windows ME, Windows XP. But right now, Windows 7, Windows 8. But right now, the latest operating system of Windows is Windows 10, which generally we installed in our computer system. Now, then second one is Unix. It is a multitasking multi-user operating system that is developed in AT&T lab by Mr. Ken Thompson, Dennis Ritchie, and others in the year 1970. 69, you assume 69 or 70, right? AT&T is very large global company of telecommunication, and which is of USA, America. So AT&T means American Telephone and Telegraph Company. And now Unix runs on a wide variety of digital architecture and are commonly used on web servers, mainframes, supercomputers. It is used mainly for web servers, mainframes, and supercomputers. Also for big universities, right? They also opt Unix, right, for their platform. Then in recent years, smartphones, tablets, and personal computers also start using variation of Unix versions, right? So that is Unix. And Unix has both interfaces, CUI as well as a GUI. CUI, as you all know, that command user interface in which you give commands, and GUI, graphic user interface, where by the help of menus, pointers, mouse, you operate the system. Then third one is Linux, right? It is Unix like operating system Linux, and it also contains both the environment CUI as well as a GUI, right? This Linux is developed by Finnish university student Linus Torvalds in the year 1991, and it is a free and open source software. Free and open source software, that means free means it is freely available for us, no need to pay amount, and it is open source. So here is the difference between free and open source. Open source means its code is available for all of us, right? So we can see the code of Linux. So after seeing the code, we can understand how the code is written to develop the operating system, so that we can also study and we can rebuild it, recreate it by little modifications, small or big modifications, and relaunch it in the market, right? So that means anyone can modify the code and redistribute Linux. and it is the leading operating system on servers. Most of the servers, I think 90% of the servers, installed Linux as a platform, right? And there is a kernel system in Linux operating system, and we know we already studied about kernel system, kernel and shell. So kernel provide its security, so no one can enter without the permission of the kernel to the hardware of the system. So in such a way it provides security also, right? That is why it is used in most of the servers. Then is Solaris after Linux. It is the best operating system for Oracle database and Java applications. Solaris. It is also a type of Unix or Linux. This Solaris is. There is no doubt Solaris is less used as a desktop operating system, but it is definitely still used and actively developed in specialized high-end servers. Right? This Solaris is. And this Solaris previously is of Sun Microsystem, but presently it is of Oracle Corporation. Oracle overtook Sun Microsystem in January 2010. So now Solaris is known as Oracle Solaris. And it is a combination of both open source as well as closed source software. Then is BOS Linux. BOS is Bharat Operating System Solutions. Right? So that developed Linux. And that is BOS Linux is known as Indian version of Linux. It is developed in India only. Right? BOS Linux. And it is developed by CDAC. CDAC means Center for Development of Advanced Computing, which is in Pune, Maharashtra. So it is developed by CDAC to enhance and gain benefit from the usage of free and open source software throughout India, all over India. This BOS Linux consists of Linux operating system, Office application software suite like Bharatiya OO means Open Office, internet access software. Here I want to tell you, mentioned here, that Open Office is mainly for Linux, as Office, MS Office is for Microsoft. So here Open Office is for Linux version, Linux operating system, comes with Linux operating system. So software of Office application software suite Bharatiya OO. Then internet access software also, it contains like Firefox, Thunderbird, which is email client application, which you will study further afterwards, Pidgin, which is chatting software application, and apart from all these, it also contains file sharing, converter, and multimedia applications. So that is BOS Linux, and it supports Indian languages also, right? So that is BOS Linux. So remember this. So all these were operating system, but one more operating system which is left is mobile operating system. So let's see mobile operating system. A mobile OS is an OS for mobile phones, tablets, smart watches, etc. Some most popular mobile operating system are Android, Symbian, iOS, Windows mobile operating system, and RIM Blackberry operating system. All these are mobile operating system, right? So first of all, we'll see Android mobile operating system. So this is very popular operating system, Android mobile operating system, which is of Google. Previously, it was of Android Incorporation, but after 2005, means in the year 2005, it was purchased by Google. This Android is based on Linux kernel and other open source software, right? Primarily designed for touchscreen mobile devices such as smartphones. The first Android mobile was publicly released with Android 1.0, version 1.0 of the T-Mobile GM, for the T-Mobile GM, which is STC Dream, in October 2008. Google announced in August 2019 that they were ending the confectionery scheme, and they used numerical ordering for future Android versions. So So when Android started, came version 1, then 2, 3, 4, like that. Right now we are in version 10. So this Google started giving them name by confectionery items like pie, cupcake, eclairs, like that. It started giving, but it declared in August 2019 that it will not assign it that confectionery name. Furthermore, instead it will give numeric ordering for future Android versions. Here are some Android version and their names. Version 1 came in September 2008, which was given no name, no code for that version. Version 2 also came in Feb 2009, no code. After that, 1.5 version named Cupcake, which came in April 2009. Then is Donut 1.6, September 2009. Then Eclair, that was version 2.0, 2.1, came in October 2009. Likewise, here it is given Frio, then Gingerbread came, Honeycomb, then Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, Kit Kat, Lollipop, Marshmallow in October 2015, the Nougat 2016, the latest recent one, Oreo, the very latest one, and after Oreo Pie came August 2018, right? And then right now Android 10 is there, version 10, which came in September 2019. So better to write it in your copy. It is for your reference only, right? To know you about, just write it in your copy, whatever here it is given. So stop, pause here for a while and just write it down in your copy. And I will check it whenever the school will reopen. I will must surely go through your copy and check whether you have written or not there, right? Then is Symbian operating system. So Symbian is mainly used in Nokia mobile system and PDA, right? It is a discontinued mobile operating system, means it is not right now running. Designed for mainly Nokia smartphones or PDA, and it was originally developed primarily for Nokia smartphones. It is designed for the specific requirement of 2.5G and 3G mobile phones. Right, that was Symbian. Then iOS. What is iOS? iOS is Apple's operating system, Apple mobile operating system, right? It was known as iPhone OS before June 2010, and it is exclusively for Apple smart devices such as iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch, etc. And unlike other mobile operating systems such as Android, which is of Google, and Windows, which was of Microsoft, Apple does not allow iOS for installation on any non-Apple hardware. That is why, therefore, iOS devices are created exclusively for its hardware only, and it gives high level of security to its devices. Due to their exceptionality of applications, games, and features, iOS device cost more than any other mobile operating system available in the market. That is the main reason behind its high cost. Then is then is Windows mobile operating system. It is a discontinued mobile operating system developed by Microsoft, and it was first launched by October 2010 with Windows Phone 7 and its successor 8.0. With the diminishing interest and application development for the platform, Microsoft discontinued active development of Windows 10 Mobile in 2017 only, and the platform was declared end of life on January 14, 2020. That means right now it is outdated now. Windows. It was very popular when it started coming into the market, and Nokia Lumia, which was using Windows operating system, was very popular, right? And few Samsung mobiles also started using this HTC also, but afterwards it it will not become successful. That is why Microsoft discontinued its development, right? So since January 14, 2020, it declared end of life for Windows in January 2020. Then is RIM Blackberry operating system. Here it is not mentioned, but just listen what I am saying. That Blackberry, you all heard about Blackberry mobile phone. So this RIM Blackberry OS is specifically designed for Blackberry mobiles smartphones only. It is developed by RIM company, right? RIM means Research in Motion, which is a Canadian global telecommunication company. So it is developed by. So here we have finished after types of operating system, that common operating system which we use in our day-to-day life. We discuss about those applications, operating systems. So that's all for today's lesson. Make the notes of whatever you studied today, and update yourself. Prepare prepare yourself from the beginning only, so that when the school will reopen, so everything will be ready that time, right? So all the very best, and take good care of yourself. Thank you.